Hey there guys, Lord Frigid here with the 14th episode of Aether Raids Offense. This video is a day late, I do apologize for that. It was Father's Day in the US yesterday, and I was busy doing stuff for that. So I ended up baking a cake actually, so yay, cake! But the video's up now, and I actually had a pretty fun season. As you know, Fjorm Bride of Rime is in the bonus unit lineup, and watching her run around maps with just 71 HP because bonus unit stats is absolutely hilarious. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this timestamp screen up for the next 20 seconds or so, and then we'll go ahead and get into the battles. I do hope you enjoy them. So this is the first battle of the video, and it was actually my second battle of the season. And it was one of those moments where you're just looking at the map going, really? Really, game? You gave me this? 3 fire sweepers on the front line, legendary Alm and 2 refreshers on the back line. It's not a fun map. Let me go ahead and talk about what I see as far as the quote-unquote weaknesses. They're all orange. I couldn't find anything that teams in general would be able to take advantage of. All I saw were these kind of conditional weaknesses for if you have a pretty specific unit type. So let me start with the diagonal line of 1s over on the right-hand side. That's a spot where you'll be able to put a Gale Force cavalry unit in an attempt to stage a hit-and-run approach. Basically, you'd be attacking Ephraim, so good luck activating Heavy Blade, because you'll need it. And then you'll have to use probably either hit and run or drag back to be able to confirm your escape from the rest of the advancing enemies. Now, one thing I will note here is that this is the maximum threat range of Alm after he gets refreshed by Legendary Azura. It's pretty big, but you can see that off in the right side where you would be starting for this approach, that's actually relatively safe. By comparison, here is the threat range of Sigurd after he gets refreshed by Olivia. Note that Sigurd will move first out of the remaining enemies. In fact, I guess if you can activate Gale Force but leave Ephraim alive, then that's fine too. It's not gonna kill you, although it'll probably throw a wrench in your plans because the refreshers will likely be able to use Wings of Mercy to get to him. But that's beside the point. We're talking about Sigurd now. Ephraim, if he does move, he moves before Sigurd, and after he moves, he's outside of the range of Olivia. Then Sigurd moves, and if you can get him to move in a direction other than straight down, then he will be in range of Olivia, and he will receive the refresh, and this will be his threat range, and it's a lot bigger than Alm's, especially taking into focus the kind of right-hand side of this map. But it is possible to get outside of it. So that's the first quote-unquote weak spot that you can take advantage of. The second spot is right below the defense fort. That's a place where if you have a nulled Sea Disrupt 2-range tank, you'll be able to put them there, and then Lyn, Sigurd, and Azura, as long as your tank is actually good at their job, will be able to KO all 3 of them, and then Alm will be able to attack because he'll receive the refresh from Olivia, but his threat range is actually 1 tile shorter than his max threat range with Azura here. So you will actually be able to have a 2-range drive bot kind of sitting down there in the bottom left corner of the map, and he won't be able to touch them. So it's a little more reliable. Of course, the caveat is it has to be a null Sea Disrupt 2-range tank. You don't really come across those every day. I guess like Nyla. Nyla would actually be really good for this particular spot because she doesn't have triangle disadvantage against any of them. But yeah, it's not something just anyone has on hand. So that brings me to the next point, which is the possibility of sacrificing a unit. Now, sacrificing a unit is something I don't really talk about a whole lot, and I really try not to do it at all if I can avoid it. But on a map like this, it might be an avenue that you have to explore. So these yellow spots are the best spots that I see for sacrificing a unit. The first one is that panic. Actually, the first one, the two spots adjacent to the tactics room are kind of one and the same. Basically, there you can use a ranged unit to snipe Olivia, and then you only have Azura to worry about as far as refreshing. The other spot down the breakable block below Lynn, that's where you can snipe Azura, because it's actually pretty easy to break that block from orange spot number 2, reposition your unit out, and then just have somebody get to that block spot with a combination of smite and refreshing. So those are the your options as far as sacrificing unit. And of course, if you have a Gale Force unit, then you can take out Ephraim, Gale Force to take out Azura, and Olivia. You can't reach Azura; she's really tucked away in the corner there. And that's another option, and that's probably one of the better options, really, just because then all you have to deal with is Alm, and as we discussed, Alm's threat range doesn't really cover the right-hand side of the map. And you've taken out not one, but 2 of their units, one of which is a refresher. So that's actually pretty huge. So, all that being said, I just used Fae, and we'll go ahead and get into my clear for this map. So this one is definitely a job for the Fae raiding party, and I'm just going to take a bit to get set up here. Actually, I think I want Micaiah there, and that should, let's see here, interesting. Okay. Maybe I do want this. So if I just break that, and this, and heck, might as well break that as well. So essentially what I can do here is apply isolation to Azura, which will prevent her from refreshing. Then what I'll do is I will break this, refresh Fae, smite her up, just make sure she's got all her buffs, I'm not going insane, excellent. Snipe Olivia, and then what you'll see is actually, none of these guys are going to be able to kill her. So that's going to be, I don't know, I'm gonna have fun watching this, I think. So, let's watch the fireworks, shall we? Alm probably attacks first. Ouch. And I believe Lynn will attack before Azura, which means she'll eat the iceberg to the face. Oh, or not. Not bad. It's not really a huge deal. Especially since she one-shots her. Alright! We take those. Okay. I believe, actually, Faye can handle a few rounds of combat with Sigurd. So I'm just going to go ahead and let that happen. Alright. And heck, she can probably deal with Ephraim as well. My main concern is that I need to get these Aether structures. Oh wow, that. My goodness. I was not expecting that. Alright. So let me go ahead and just break that, I guess. And this, and that, and Faye should be able to survive. Yeah, that's fine. She's just going to apply attack smoke to them kind of alternately, I guess. Because they take turns attacking, and Air is going to be able to heal her up in the interim. So I get to pick which one I want to KO here, and I think I pick Sigurd, because Sigurd is annoying with his, because he doubles her. But I mean, I'm basically home free now. Oh no, that was so devastating, Ephraim. How dare you? Oh goodness. And that is how you dismantle the Firesweep map. Alright, so this is the second battle of the video, and it is significantly easier than the first battle, I must say. It's a pretty standard spam ranged unit setup with multiple mages, legendary Azura, legendary Lucina up in the back there. And yeah, let me just get into what I see in the weaknesses. So here are the three most glaring ones, I guess. The one in the top right corner, where the Aether fountain currently is, that's a place where you can stick a ranged unit and break the Bright Shrine. From there, Tharja, Lucina, Azura, all three of them will be able to attack that spot. And as long as your ranged unit is somewhat capable of ranged tanking, they should be able to take all three of them out. Veronica, the big point about that particular spot is that Veronica can't reach it, and in fact, that's what makes these three particular spots so very weak. Is that Veronica you either just snipe her, or she legitimately can't reach them. So a lot of the challenge factor of having Veronica in your face and the other mages and other units swarming you is just gone, because she's stuck in the back line doing nothing. The second point is the aforementioned spot where you can just snipe Veronica and have your ranged unit take out the other 4 members of the team bar Azura. And finally, the third spot. This is probably one of the best spots because literally, if you put someone there, then that is the only spot the enemy team is going to be able to hit with the existing setup. You can put a unit immediately to their right and immediately below them perfectly safely. You can stack all the combat buffs you want from drive, goad, spur, whatever, and the enemy team legitimately can't do anything about it. They just have to walk up one by one. I mean, I guess on the second turn, Veronica's gonna occupy that spot, and thereafter the others will kind of go around the right side, break that block, and try to get to you. But it's just a very safe space, is what I'm getting at. So those are the 3 weakness points, and let's go ahead and get right into my approach to this map, which is actually shorter than my commentary on this map. This is a raiding party map, so I'm just going to go right in there. And actually, I only really need you 3 here. These other 2 I can have start breaking these structures. So, let me get right into it. I'll break this and the catapult.
Try my best.
And
the glimmer of life.
Should be fine.
I love you.
So, let me take a look here.
Okay.
I'd really rather not take that kind of damage from Julia, so I'm just going to not refresh Faye, and then I'll put her here. Oh no, it was real. How devastating. Break that. Just kind of move up here.
Yes.
Put air there, I guess. Doesn't matter. Faye's just going to mow down everyone except for Ursa. Yep. As expected. Veronica was the next attacker. Yeah, this is going to be pretty trivial. And then I can actually have Faye move up and shoot Aversa down because... Oh, or not. I thought I'd be able to move her up here because I figured she'd move. But instead she decided to break the block. That's fine by me.
Alright, got it.
She still dies. So this is a job for the Fae raiding party. I'm just going to go ahead and set up here. This ought to do the trick, actually. So what I'm going to do is just break a bunch of structures and then have Fae initiate on turn 1. So that ought to do it. That'll give her buffs on turn 2. Should be able to take out Ishtar in one hit and apply attack smoke to the lot of them. So now Azura can't refresh, which means that the mages should take themselves out. Oh my goodness. I wasn't expecting 0 damage out of Alina, I'm not gonna lie. I forget if oh, she does have aerobatics, so she's dead too. Aw, they're running away. That's not very nice. Come back. I just want to obliterate you. Alright, well, let's see here. What turn is it? 2. Oh yeah, that's right. Initiated turn 1. Day. So,
Careful, careful.
your res is not so great.
I love you.
Fiorma has bonus unit stats, which allow her to double.
Yes.
That's nice.
Try
We
my
break
best.
that,
Let's find happiness.
and I think maybe we can do
The
this.
glimmer of life. I'll dance.
Question mark.
All right.
I'll just retreat here. So he just comes straight up. Oh, drawback. That's annoying. Well, not anymore.
Careful.
Let me see.
Death's caress.
I think Faye can actually
Okay.
take this. So I'll have her do that. And in the
Yes.
meantime, I will have my heirs go after the Aether structures. Oh yeah, that was devastating right there.
Try my best.
Oh, you can actually just straight up take him out. Nice. All right. Wasn't quite expecting that,
Yes.
but we take it. We will take it. Okay. Break this.
Death's caress.
Break that.
Got it.
Go over here.
I love you.
So Soleil should now just start fighting Faye. I don't think she can do anything. Oh, drag back. She can dish out a lot of damage, except she has Firesweep sword
Yes.
and drag back.
The glimmer of life.
I don't even care if that's real, because I'll just have a kind of refresh if it is.
All right.
And I'll have Faye take out Soleil. And that, friends, is why you don't trap your units at the top of the map.